Manipulation in relationships shows up when one partner tries to gain control and power over the other. Someone who manipulates knows their partner's vulnerabilities and exploits them to get what they want. It's not easy to recognize manipulation early in a relationship, as it can start out as very subtle, but over time it becomes an ingrained pattern in the relationship dynamic. When you finally see what's going on, you're in deep, and leaving can be a nightmare. If your partner consistently makes you feel emotionally drained, doubtful of your thoughts and needs, or fearful, you may be experiencing manipulation in your relationship. Again, the goal of manipulation is for the manipulative partner to influence and control you through mental distortion and emotional exploitation tactics like gaslighting, passive aggression, lying, threats, withdrawal, and isolation. As long as the manipulator gets their desired outcome from you, the manipulative behavior will persist until you actively address it. It won't improve with time, but only gets worse. This video explores the signs of manipulation in relationships, provides examples of manipulative tactics, discusses the impact it can have, and offers insights on how to respond effectively. Understanding manipulation in relationships. Manipulation in relationships refers to words, actions, or omissions that attempt to control how another person feels, thinks, and behaves. The manipulator intends to have power and control over their partner to get what they want. They exploit their partner's vulnerabilities and weaknesses against them. Common forms of manipulation. Watch for the following most common forms of manipulation in relationships. 1. Gaslighting. When there's a problem, the manipulator denies, diminishes, lies, blames the partner, or confuses the issue with irrelevant ramblings. 2. Passive-aggressive behavior. Instead of direct communication, the manipulator doesn't express their true feelings. 3. Lying and blaming. The manipulator avoids taking responsibility for their actions, lies, or exaggerates to portray themselves positively. 3. Remember, manipulators cannot take responsibility for their actions. 4. Threats and coerciveness. The manipulator uses threats or force to make their partner do something. 5. Withdrawal and withholding. The manipulator withdraws from the partner or gives them the silent treatment. 6. Isolation. The manipulator tries to cut off the partner's contact with friends and family. More signs of a manipulative relationship to pay attention to. Several signs may indicate manipulation in a relationship. 1. Feeling emotionally drained, anxious, fearful, or doubtful of your own needs, thoughts, and feelings. 2. Losing a sense of self after following your partner's demands to give up your opinions and interests. Experiencing hesitation to act or speak to avoid conflict or friction. 4. Feeling confused and insecure about your behaviors and emotions. 5. Persistent manipulation can affect your self-esteem and cause symptoms of anxiety or depression. Other manipulation techniques may include guilt induction, ingratiation, deceit, love bombing, triangulation, and the silent treatment. Identifying these signs is the first step to protecting yourself from manipulation in relationships. It's worse than you think. The impact of manipulation. Emotional and psychological effects. Manipulation within a relationship can have a profound emotional and psychological impact. It chips away at self-confidence, instilling a deep sense of self-doubt where you start questioning your own feelings, decisions, and even sanity. This erosion of self-worth makes it challenging to assert your needs or set healthy boundaries. Over time, you may experience frequent feelings of confusion, dissatisfaction, hurt, resentment, anger, exhaustion, and frustration, leading to an overall discontentment with the relationship, erosion of trust and intimacy. A relationship should be built on mutual respect and open communication, but manipulation breeds deceptive behaviors and emotional abuse signs. The bond becomes riddled with manipulative tactics like gaslighting, blaming, shaming, and minimizing feelings, ultimately eroding trust and intimacy. This can lead to a profound sense of isolation as you grapple with the disparity between the love you hold for your partner and the painful reality of your interactions. Long-term consequences. Persistent manipulation can have long-lasting effects beyond the immediate relationship. It may result in a loss of self-worth, doubts about one's abilities, and depression, making it harder to leave the abusive dynamic. Anxiety, substance misuse, and chronic pain are also potential consequences. For children exposed to emotional manipulation, developmental delays, learning disabilities, speech disorders, and health problems like ulcers or skin conditions can arise. Additionally, emotional abuse can lead to attachment disorders, making it difficult for survivors to form positive social and romantic relationships later in life. The effects of manipulation can be far-reaching, underscoring the importance of recognizing and addressing this behavior promptly. Addressing manipulation in your relationship. Set healthy boundaries. It's crucial to set boundaries in any relationship, especially when someone is being emotionally manipulative. Try to have an open discussion with your partner about what behaviors are acceptable and unacceptable. You also need to establish specific consequences for violating those boundaries. For instance, you might say, "If you continue to interrupt me and tell me that I'm not feeling what I'm actually feeling, I will stop engaging in this conversation and step away to take care of myself." If they persist in interrupting and denying your thoughts and feelings, follow through by ending the conversation, leaving the room, and returning when you're ready at your own pace. If the manipulation continues after setting boundaries, you may need to end the relationship. For example, if your partner repeatedly denies any issues exist and calls you crazy or too sensitive, communicate that you cannot remain in a relationship where your feelings are disregarded. Effective communication strategies for manipulative relationships. When addressing manipulation with your partner, have a plan for how the conversation will unfold. They may respond defensively, try to guilt you into dropping the issue, or blame you for the relationship problems, continuing their manipulative tactics. Using the following strategies can facilitate a more productive discussion. 1. Be prepared. List specific examples of manipulation beforehand, making it harder for them to deny the problem. 2. Use I statements. Avoid critical language that puts your partner on the defensive. 2. Frame the conversation around your feelings and how you've been affected. 3. Listen to your partner. Allow them to share their perspective, but remain objective and don't let them minimize the issue. 3. If they're willing to listen and change the unhealthy dynamics, it presents an opportunity to rebuild the relationship positively. Seek professional support. In some cases, manipulation can be deeply ingrained, making it difficult to address solely within the relationship. If your partner's behavior persists, despite your efforts to set boundaries and communicate effectively, seeking professional support may be necessary. A licensed therapist or counselor can provide an objective perspective, help identify unhealthy patterns, and guide you both in developing healthier communication and conflict resolution skills. Support groups for survivors of emotional abuse can also offer valuable resources and a sense of community during this challenging process. Ultimately, addressing manipulation requires a firm commitment to your well-being and a willingness to take steps, whether within the relationship or by removing yourself from an unhealthy situation. Moving forward, building healthy relationships. Emotional abuse can severely damage an individual's ability to trust and form healthy relationships. Support from understanding individuals can help emotional abuse victims slowly rebuild their trust and restore faith in relationships. Showing consistent empathy and reliability allows victims to see that not all relationships are toxic. It allows them to learn what a healthy relationship looks like, paving the way for future healing and growth. Supportive individuals play a vital role in empowering emotional abuse victims to seek professional help. Victims can be guided toward therapy, counseling, or support groups by offering encouragement and information about available resources. Professional help is essential in helping emotional abuse victims address the deep-rooted trauma they have experienced. Supportive individuals can serve as a bridge between victims and the resources they need to embark on their healing journey. Fostering mutual respect and trust. Trust is an essential component of a strong relationship, but it doesn't happen quickly, and once it's broken, it's hard to rebuild. In a romantic relationship, trust might mean feeling committed to the relationship and your partner, feeling safe with them, knowing they'll respect physical and emotional boundaries, and being able to communicate needs and feelings openly without hiding things. If you want to attempt to rebuild trust, consider the reason behind the lie or betrayal. Communicate openly, practice forgiveness. Avoid dwelling on the past, apologize sincerely, be specific, give your partner time, let their needs guide you, and commit to clear communication. Rebuilding trust isn't easy, but if there's still love and commitment, working on trust issues can strengthen the relationship. Couples counseling can also be a great resource when dealing with trust issues, particularly those involving infidelity. A respectful relationship is one where each partner honors the boundaries, ideas, and feelings of the other person, creating space for them to be themselves. Developing mutual respect begins with fostering open and honest communication, where both partners feel heard and valued. It's essential to actively listen, show genuine interest and understanding, practice empathy, and acknowledge and respect differences. Learning healthy behaviors and effective communication will help build respect and trust in the relationship. Cultivate self-awareness and grow as a person. Self-awareness means that we understand our reactive patterns, where manipulators play us, and how to develop a stronger sense of self. So many people see the signs of manipulation but miss the opportunity to grow personal boundaries and love of self. You got played, but how are you growing in yourself of self-love and personal power? If you don't know, you'll find yourself living the nightmare over and over until you get clear about your wounding and take steps to heal them. Conclusion. Manipulation in relationships can profoundly damage one's emotional well-being, self-esteem, and ability to form healthy connections. However, recognizing the signs of manipulation and addressing them through open communication, boundary setting, and seeking professional support when necessary can empower individuals to reclaim their sense of self and pave the way for positive growth. Ultimately, moving forward involves a commitment to fostering relationships built on mutual respect, trust, empathy, and self-awareness. By prioritizing healthy communication, practicing forgiveness, and cultivating personal growth, individuals can break free from the harmful cycle of manipulation and create authentic connections that nurture emotional intimacy and overall well-being.